Women's basketball player Ebby Prewitt has the Defenders season came to an end about 5 weeks ago, and Ebby back home in the Des Moines area, I understand.
Yep, I'm back home in Urbandale.
Staying busy, the way it sounds.
Yeah, yeah. I don't feel like my, I guess, busyness and lifestyle really has changed, even with the quarantine going on. So.
Okay, it was about well, yeah, 5 weeks ago today, in fact, that we got the news that the basketball season was ending. The NAI National Championship was coming to an abrupt end. Take me back to that day, and just how did you find out? Did you have an understanding of what was happening? Take me back to that day 35 days ago.
Yep. So I feel like for all of us on the team, the whole situation of COVID and everything felt like worlds away. Even the day before, when we found out the NCAA tournament was canceled, we thought it wouldn't touch us. I guess we all thought that maybe fans would be canceled or only family allowed, which did end up happening at like 11:30 the night before. But we never thought that they would cancel the whole thing. So we found out, I was sitting in the stands. We were watching the game before us was about to start. And Riley Van Holzen was braiding my hair for our game. And Corey Westra came onto the court, and he looked like something was bothering him. So I kind of knew something bad was going to happen. And he just said that the tournament was canceled immediately. And Riley just dropped my hair. And I was like, I looked around at the other seniors like, is this for real? Like, did this really just happen? So it was weird. At first it was surreal, and then just like a huge flood of emotions was on all of us, and it was weird.
The 4 years of basketball, obviously you're going to remember the end because the ending is so unique, but what are some of the other memories you're going to take away from being a part of the women's basketball team at Dordt?
Mm-hmm. Oh man, there's so many. But I feel like just from an athlete standpoint, like the relationships you make with your teammates is the first thing that's going to stand out. I'm going to look back and I'm going to think about all the different things I did with my teammates for fun, and all of the days when it was just the basketball teams on campus for Christmas break, and traveling to San Francisco freshman year and beating Hastings. Like those are the things that are probably going to stand out to me. And really, it's not a lot of like on the court things, except for the huge moments like beating Hastings this year on senior night. That was very special.
Take me back 4 years ago, making the decision to go to Dordt. What prompted you to leave Des Moines and come to Sioux Center and enroll at Dordt University?
Yeah, so we played at Dordt actually my freshman and sophomore year of high school in a Christian school, kind of classic or whatever. And I kind of said to myself, like, I'm not going to come here. It's in a small town. I'm a city girl type of thing. And then Coach DeWitt actually started recruiting me. And a few of my high school teachers, actually, they went to Dordt and they loved it. So they were like, you should visit, just visit. You'll like it, or you'll at least like the experience. So when I visited, I actually met a couple girls that were in my incoming class that had already committed. And those were actually Rio Landers and Alyssa Fetters. And I hung out with them all day. By the end of the day, we had each other on every single social media platform there was. I was like, man, I have to come here. These girls are already my friends. And then I spent the night with the team and hung out with them. And the bond that the women's basketball team had was very obvious right from the get-go. And I wanted to be a part of something like that. And I will say that definitely reigned true throughout all 4 years. The bond our basketball team has is special, and we have each other's backs.
Along with playing basketball, along with studying and preparing your major, you also worked part-time through your time at Dordt. What was your part-time job while you were at Dordt University?
Yes, so I worked as a nursing assistant, a CNA at Royal Meadows, which is a nursing home in Sioux Center. And I got connected to that through some friends from Des Moines Christian. And I needed patient contact hours to get into PA school. So I had to find a way to get those while being a full-time student and being on the basketball team. So I decided to work Sunday afternoons. So I worked from 2:30 to 10:30 at night, almost every Sunday afternoon to get those hours.
Now, having done that, that has led you to a little project during this time, from what I understand. And tell me a little bit about how you're partnering with Des Moines Christian and what's happening there.
Yeah, so the whole thing kind of started off as just an idea I had on a late night drive with my boyfriend, and we were just talking, and I said, man, I just feel horrible for the residents that I take care of and the patients in the hospital and the healthcare providers that I've shadowed and admired for all of these years, because the residents and the patients don't get any visitors right now. So I was just saying, man, I want to find a way to like reach out to them, to let them know that the outside world that they don't have any contact with is thinking of them. And I thought of a project that my home church, Valley Church in West Des Moines, they did a ministry about 2 years ago where they got a list of first names from a nursing home in the area, and whoever wanted to could come in and write them letters, and they would send them to them. So after a bunch of, I guess, brainstorming different ideas, I realized that Des Moines Christian, they have service hours that are required. And with the COVID epidemic, there's no way those students can go out and volunteer. So I emailed my principal and the spiritual life director, and I said, hey, if all these students write letters or draw pictures or send something to the nursing homes, could they have these count as service hours? That way they were a little bit more motivated to do it and they got some credit for it. And I also had hundreds of people that could potentially support this little project that I came up with. And it's been really cool how many we've had. And I also have been having people write thank you notes to healthcare providers as well.
Oh, very good. How would you feel if this is your legacy, rather than being a basketball player at Dordt, but instead someone who spearheaded an effort like that? How would that be for you?
You know, I like it. I like it better than what I left on the basketball floor. You know, I feel like my passion these last 4 years has truly been being a physician assistant and being a PA someday. And basketball was my passion for so long growing up. And it's cool how from my freshman year of college to my senior year of college, that passion, I didn't stop having a passion for basketball, but it switched. And I think that that's why now that basketball's over, and even though it ended so abruptly, I'm okay. Like I can fuel that passion into something else. So, and I really do want to just bless those residents and the patients, and that's what I want to do as a PA. So, I would love if that's the legacy that I leave.
You mentioned the fact you want to be a PA. You're on track to graduate in May, whatever that looks like. What are the next steps? First of all, what did you major in at Dordt? What will you graduate with? And then what are your next steps moving forward?
Yep. So I will graduate with a biology major and a psychology minor, and I'll apply, like I said, this May sometime. And it kind of depends which PA school that I get into, if I get in, when it will start and what it will look like. But most of them start in 2021 if I were to get in this cycle, and it would be either May 2021 or August 2021, just depending on what school.
Well, Abby, thank you for the time. A great idea during this, what's been a challenging few weeks. It's been one of the bright spots that we can find, and just thanks for that. And best wishes for you moving forward, and hope that you're able to get into the PA school that you desire, and look forward to seeing how your career progresses from here.
Thank you very much.